Google wants 200, baby.
You ready to get back to the trading action?
You aim, you shoot, and make money. It's going to be a great day. You guys know where you're at.
Good morning, traders. How we doing out there? It's good to see you guys, and I hope you can hear me well. I am at an Airbnb and hosting this for you guys. I'm excited to get back to some trading action. It's been a whirlwind for me, of course, dealing with the hurricane, guys. I still don't have power, dealing with flooding issues and things like that. Of course, Hurricane Milton came through and wiped me out, let's say it that way, and ready to get back to the trading action. So it's good to see you traders out there. First up, let me know if you guys can hear me well. Can you see me well? Good morning, Vic. How we doing out there? It's good to see you out there. I see Vic out there in the chat. I will have to say that I only have one screen to work with today, so I'm going to have to be moving back and forth, but I hope that you guys are excited to get to the trading action. We'll take a look to see what's going on in the market, getting ready to go to it. Shane, what's up out there? Can you guys hear me well? How's the audio, especially? Video, of course, I can see myself there, but just wanted to make sure that's good. And yeah, family is safe here. We're in another Airbnb. This is the second Airbnb because I was expected to come back, but when I came back home, came back home to no power and flooding issues. So looks like they're working on that right now. We'll see when we get that back. Audio's perfect. Sounds good, Jane. All right. Looks like I can hear you, see you. All right. Yeah, it's a tough time right now, but to tell you the truth, hey, I'm here to get after it. We're all fine, safe, and sometimes you go through a tough time, but the truth is, as long as we're healthy and can continue doing what we love, trading like we're doing today, let's get after it. Let's go see what we can come up with today, guys. Let's see what's in the market. And of course, sometimes things might look a little weird, the kind of double window, because I have only one window, but it'll get fixed. It'll just take like a slight second. All right, so let's get to it. Let's take a look at what's going on in the market today. You guys will get a little bit more into my platform because I'll be showing you guys trade the pool straight directly. Of course, I'll still use a little bit of my TC charts, but I'm going to move back and forth from those. And of course, if I do need to get some comments from the chat, I'll move back to this screen so I can see myself full screen. But let's get after it. Let's go to it. Let's do some trading today, man. Let's see if we can make some money. All right, guys. All right. So first up, I want to go ahead and let you guys know a little bit more about, of course, the accounts that I have right now. There is one account that is expired. That one's here at the top. That one's expired. Then I have this one, which is my limited account. And then you're going to see my swing trade account. This is the swing trade account. We're at 1,600 after I closed some really, really good trades, guys. I was able to close my Picard long. Also was able to close an SRRK short for over $1,500, guys. It was a great trade on the swing side of things. We'll see what we can come up with today. Definitely need to go ahead and just kind of set this up a little bit here. Let me make sure that these are connected. Of course, you guys can do the same way and maybe organize yours similar, right? I'll have a grid today. I can do like a 2 grid on that to be able to kind of play within here, have different charts if I want to. I can maybe link these differently. And if I need to kind of link them up here, you guys will see the different ways that I set up charts, right? Choose whichever one you like, right? There's different ways you guys can do it. Hey, it's all about what you guys like here. We'll be watching to see what's going on. I actually do like, I'd probably say favorite chart would have to be this one right here. I'll take off the overlay of the Qs right now, but we'll use that today. You can see how the Qs are going up, but Tesla's going down. That's a good insight for us, and we'll be watching to see what else we can trade. Let's go to taking a look a little bit into the Sunrise report. What's on the news this morning? I got some information to tell you guys. Even getting ready this morning is a little bit harder than normal, but it doesn't mean that I don't have stocks for you guys. Let's take a look at some crypto-related stocks. Let's go to Mara and different names like this. Of course, we can watch the daily chart. I'm going to go to my TC right quick. That's probably going to help me out for at least this situation. Let's go take a look at Mara. Let's talk a little bit about the news and situations that we see here. So this is the daily chart. Daily chart has it coming back, right? This is exactly what we're wanting to see. Would we get back above this level? We broke out, right? A fake breakout, and then eventually broke down. Now we're kind of in a three resistance test bear pattern. That's at least how I'll see it. I'll draw this as the support. Cut this off here. We can cut this off. If we ever get back above this, this is when you reclaim and could actually get into bullish territory. 19. That's really the area. Wow, what's going on right now? Well, you got a recent first bounce, right? And then you got these other bounces. Now you need to get back above this trend line. So I'm going to draw this as the green line today to be watching to see what happens here in Mara, as it'll be an interesting stock to potentially trade through that 1785, going to the 19, and maybe making a run towards 20. All right, so we'll see what happens there in Mara. This is definitely one to watch today. And of course, we can take a look at different stocks in the market today. I'll have a little bit more room to kind of play with on that end. I'll make the screen a little bit bigger here, but definitely like the way that this is looking here. We saw MSTR also trading up on this news. It looks like, of course, Bitcoin jumped over 64,000 to kick off the week. And it's all about 70,000 for Bitcoin, but I've talked about it. I think we could potentially have a run to 100,000 in Bitcoin before the end of the year. And look at the takeoff in MSTR. So this tells me more and more. Take a look to see what's going on here, because a lot of big bets are going on. So of course, you guys know one of my favorites here in this space. There's definitely different names you guys can look at. There's Riot, right? I like CleanSpark. CleanSpark is my favorite to trade, and today it will be on my radar for sure. Looking for a recovery back through the 1050s and this little gap. Right, once you start already getting into this gap, this 1024, you're going to be looking good, but looking to see if we can get a run towards maybe the 1150 and this prior resistance, right? So I'm looking for a prior resistance run and a recovery of prior support. So that'd be a recovery of this level here, this 1093, going through the 1045, and then we can really start to play recovery. So we'll see what happens. Can we get back into the 11 handle really today? That's what I'm looking for on CleanSpark. And there's going to be different names moving on this news. Looking around, I'm seeing FanDuel and Flutter Entertainment climbing 4% after Wells Fargo upgraded the stock to overweight here. The firm advised investors to consider buying in after the recent dip in the share price. So I'll just take a look at DraftKings. Of course, we can take a look at Flutter to see how it looks. That's a FLUT. And Flutter's been doing really well. I mean, overall, you can take a look at the weekly. It loves to do these like long weekly dips and then recoveries. I think it's on a recovery right now. So recovery, of course, you can see it after that recent hit here. And I take a look at DraftKings, right? Because DraftKings is another one that you can maybe play to see if this starts to recover. Has a big look here. Can it get back through 40? 39, 35, 39 area is definitely being pesky right now. Needs to get back through that. At least the MACD is saying that it still has a couple of days. Haven't seen that cross go right back, but I'll say at least it's holding on here. Just needs to kind of chomp around and get a big buyer back through that 40 is something I'll look at on DraftKings. All right, let's get to the next one here. We'll talk a little bit about Boeing as Boeing disaster. And you guys know I've been all over this Boeing disaster. I actually swung trade this to the short side, probably sold it a little early as this continues down now. And this is exactly what I kind of expected, right? So they're still struggling here. And then now they're saying they're going to reduce its workforce by about 10%. And what is this talking about? Well, this is talking about also delaying deliveries of its uncertified 777X wide body jet, forecasting a larger than expected Q3 loss with ongoing strikes adding to the company's challenges. This is exactly what we talked about with the strikes, right? Would they bring more delivery delays and potentially workforce reduction? Well, here it is, both in one headline, and that's a whammy for Boeing. Boeing, I expect down here today, and maybe could be cutting into the 140s. I've talked about it. This could be $100 company very soon. We'll see what happens if it can get down there, but doesn't look good there for Boeing. If anything, this looks like a good short opportunity today, right? So we're already coming down here. We'll look for pops, but if the market could drop, this looks great through that 146.50. So I'll be watching for it here. Boeing, can it drop a little bit further? I don't know, man. We'll keep an eye on it. Definitely not a bad one to watch here on Boeing. Let's go to Siri. Who listens to Sirius XM radio? Let me know in the chat. I don't think anybody does anymore, but seems like it's still around, right? Well, here you guys have it. Shares of Sirius rose 3.5% after Berkshire Hathaway. Of course, Warren Buffett disclosed it had bought an additional 3.6 million shares of the company, bringing to Berkshire's total holdings to over 108 million shares, according to the recent security filings. But yeah, but the float on this thing is like what, like 600 million or some crazy stuff. Well, we'll see what happens. They did a recent split to get them into the $20 spot. They did a nice little 10 split. That helped them out. We'll see what happens with Siri. It's trading up at 26, but this looks like a huge, ugly, declining stock, right? Like if you look at the monthly says it all, guys. Look at it since 2018. It's just a disaster. I don't know why Warren's going in here and buying this, but hey, he might see something that we don't. I'll tell you one thing, I definitely don't see it. Let's go to Hims as we take a look at Hims and Her Health. Of course, they've been getting the recent lift with the Ozempic and things like that. But here you guys have it after Hims and Hers surging more than 6% after the FDA announced that the compounding pharmacies could begin selling custom made versions of Eli Lilly's weight loss drug, Monjaro. So there you guys have it here. Of course, this is going to help them. They've been selling these drugs. And the big thing is, if, of course, you don't have to go into, crazy offices and have that embarrassing conversation of talking to your doctor about how this is something that you want to get into. I don't know, man. But at the end of the day, this looks like a huge head and shoulders pattern. Eventually, if we ever come back to 17, that's going to be an ugly line to cross on the downside. So I'll draw that as a red line and make that kind of apparent here. But really looking for this now to start climbing back. This could easily get back to 25. So I think you watch this morning, look at it already lifting here towards 21. We'll see if this can keep going. Hims and Hers pullbacks back down towards $20. Seems to be the good spot here. We're at 20.50 right now. Can we make a pullback out the open? I could see that happening. Maybe a nice little undercut to 980s, 975, and we're right back through that $20. So we'll see what happens with this one. Not a bad one to watch there. Hims and Hers Health. All right, that's going to do it for our sunrise report this morning, guys. And of course, if you guys in the chat got any stock you guys want to take a look at, let me go back to the chat right quick. Might look a little weird for a quick second, but I just want to catch you guys and see what you guys are talking about. What's going on, traders? How we doing out there? Roberto, what's up out there? How we doing? And throw up stocks, guys. If you guys have any stocks you guys want to watch this morning, hey, just throw it up, guys. We'll take a look at it. I'll go ahead and I'll throw up the charts here. What broker does Trade the Pool use to execute its trades? Can you link the brokers that you trade with? Well, I trade and execute through Trade the Pool. Of course, it's going to go through different areas depending on your account, depending on where you are, if you're in your evaluation stage, if you're in your funded stage. So, of course, that situation is just a big explanation there, Roberto. But you can look into it, and you can always go to our website to learn more about that. All right, let's take a look here. XPON in at 413 earlier this morning. All right, Jane. I love the penny list. Throw up some smaller name list, guys. I do have the smaller account today. I'm going to be trading with the limited account. We'll talk a little bit more about the main accounts. The main account, of course, I was taking some big swings before this. It did expire on the 10th. So I'm going to have to go ahead and get another one. The only question is when to start that. Of course, I'm going through a crazy situation right now with the hurricane. So I'm going to just stick to the limited account right now. And at some point in the future, I think later this week, if I'm back in the home office, I'll go ahead and I can open another one. when things calm down, right? When you're going through craziness in your personal life, or in this case, because of all the hurricane and everything that's going on, well, the truth is, I have to go ahead and take a step back and just trade. I'll still trade my limited account. That's not going to give me any danger, right? I'm not going to put myself in danger of hurting a new account, but we're ready to push it, guys. You guys keep throwing up stocks. I'm ready to keep trading. Let's get after it, guys. So Xpon there. I see Verb looking good. Okay, let's go take a look at some of these and see what we can find. All right, let's go, guys. Let's take a look here. Let's go back to trade the pool. All right, so we can see it here. Xpon here, not doing too bad. Let me link this so that it works. If you guys can link them, it's going to help you a lot, right? Because then you can just click on it and boom, there we got the stock, right? We're trading at $4 right now. Let's take a look at this. And we can also, if I wanted to, I can take a look at the market depth to see what's going on there. Let's take a look here. Market depth, Tesla. Let's attach this to yellow. So you can see a little bit more into the depth here, and you can see 430 seems to be like a little bit of a wall right now that we can't get through. Let's take a look at the 15-minute here, as it seems like we're going sideways here on the 15-minute. And you can see here that we've had this run up, right? A pull back, a run up, pull back, a run up, a pull back, a run up, a pull back. Now at this point, we want it to hold this spot right here for sure. If it goes back into the 390s, this could easily fall back towards 340s. But if we can hold this $4, get back here towards the 440s, this could approach that breakout through the 460s. Now, you've had that attempt multiple times here, so it's going to be important to kind of start holding and making an attempt for the breakout, right? And so there you guys see it. That's kind of the up trend line. Then you can draw a little bit of a tighter trend line here in this pattern here, where you kind of did make an attempt to break out and kind of failed. So that's another thing to take a look at here. And then I take a look at the horizontal line. You can draw this also, and you can use some hotkeys if you'd like. Definitely don't want to see it break that 380s. Breaking that 380s is danger, danger. And next thing you know, you're back down to the 340s. So I'd be watching it here to see what happens. But the spread's a little wide too. Don't forget that the spread's a little wide for a name like this. We'll see what happens. Let's go to the different names here. And if you guys have any names you guys want to take a look at, please let me know, guys. We'll take a look at them right here. I am going to definitely be watching CleanSpark. So let's go ahead and set an alert on that. If you guys don't have your alert sets, definitely use these. These are going to help you guys out. This is going to help me out, especially today. Let me know when the stock starts to trade a little bit higher. MSTR, I see Sofi here mentioned. That's definitely hot as of late. I still remember when we were looking at this at $7 and $8. It started that breakout here at 8, and it hasn't looked back. So this is definitely one to watch. Definitely one that's going to be traded. So I'd be taking a look at this on the hourly and looking for pullbacks back down below the 950s or something like that, because it's a little bit high right now. But let's take a look here on the 15-minute. You guys can see how it's just breaking out here. Take a look for pullbacks, but big breakout today in Sofi. Let me take off the overlay of the cues here so we don't get a little confused. But yeah, definitely nice move there. Also taking a look at Tesla this morning. Let's take a look at Tesla. We can keep taking a look at some of the names that are moving out there. Tesla, of course, is going to be on the radar after the event. And boy, was it a sell the news event or what, guys? We talked about it, how it'd be the buy the rumor and sell the news kind of event. Well, there it is, guys. Not a bad situation at all. Was able to at least save myself, right? And not trying to jump in on the hype for the battery day. Definitely seeing the action right now, trying to go back towards 2150s. We'll see what we get today. Let me put on a little bit of the background music, get a little bit more of the jams going here. What's going on out there, traders? Good morning, FJF. How we doing? Sounds like a plan. Thank you. Let's go, Jane. Let's see if we can get that money. Definitely 413. It's battling there. We'll see what happens there on Xpun. It seems like it's trying to load up and then get going, but you know how that is. It could be trying to load up multiple times. Let's keep it moving here. I'm going to put some music on. Let's go. Let's go. We got to keep the sound going here. You guys know what you're at. It's great to cool. Everything out good. Going to fix something up right quick here. I'll be right back. Like always, guys, have you guys checked out our limited account? What are you guys waiting for? Who has the limited account? Let me know in the chat. I know I'm rocking the limited account, ready to get after it today, guys. So let's keep it going. Let's see what we can come up with. Of course, had to get a little pillow action going here. All right, ready to keep it going, guys. See what we can come up with in the market today. I'm looking around in the news. I'm not seeing much, right? Of course, I missed the bank earnings, and I saw that the bank earnings really took things off. So I'm looking around to see what the conversation is out there right now. Of course, reports of JP Morgan and Wells Fargo kicked off the third quarter earnings on definitely a high note. So on the radar, of course, Tuesday, we get Bank of America, Goldman, Sachs, Johnson & Johnson, United Airlines is set to result on Wednesday. So we can take a look to see if maybe the airlines get the jump before the report comes in. And don't forget, Walgreens, Netflix, and Procter & Gamble also due to report this week. It's a lot of earnings this week, so keep your eyes on the earnings. The bull market, they're talking about out there. That's normally when we get a down day, but we'll see what happens today. Looking around to see what else is out there, what's being talked about. Not much. I'm seeing downgrades on AppLovin, downgrade on Caterpillar. That's one thing that it's interesting. I saw that in my report. Didn't get to it, but let's take a look at Caterpillar and different stocks like that and see what we can come up with today. All right, let's go to the Trade the Pool platform, see what we got here. Let's take a look at CAT. CAT getting a nice little down hit on that Morgan Stanley downgrade. Picard is what I just traded in the day trade, not the day trade, the swing trade account. Was able to close this thing on Friday, guys, on that big breakout. And boy, oh boy, was it a beautiful win, guys. Over $1,000 win there. And look at CleanSpark already giving us the alert. All right, let me change over to the limited account and get ready because I could be trading right now, guys. Let's go take a look at CleanSpark. CleanSpark already getting the jump there through the 1016. So there you guys have it, already getting a little bit of buy this morning here. So watching the action, it doesn't look bad already, guys. This could be making an attempt break towards 1030s right now. Then just a big breakout before the market opens here, guys. So it's 9 a.m. I don't mind taking a little piece of this. We'll see what happens. See how much buying we can really get. 1020, there's a little wall there at 1020. Let's see if they can break it through there. Definitely looking around to see what else is trading up here. We can take a look at our watch list to see what's maybe trading up. I see Tesla here, SMCI. How's that been trading lately? Up and down. And don't forget, guys, I've been a little bit away, so I need to take a look at these stocks and really take a little bit more of an assessment, right? I can see Nvidia trading higher, approaching back towards the highs, right, on the charts. So big breakout there, and definitely in Nvidia in play today, already getting the jump there towards what, 136.50s. Yeah, it's moving, guys. So keep your eyes on that action. We'll see what happens there. Definitely something to watch. All right, let's see what else I can trade today, guys. You guys are going to see me do it all on the platform today. So if you guys have any questions about the platform, this is the day to ask, guys. All right, let's take a look here. What else is out there? B. Riley, financial stock getting a little bit of a move there. Of course, the SQQQ down here, pretty down like always. Let's take a look what else I can find. Let's go to the sectors. Let's go to the industries. That's how I'll be able to find things, guys. Work backwards, not forward. That's what I always say. So take a look here. Utilities pulled back here, now starting to bounce back. So take a look at them. They are starting to get bounced back. We went through the hurricane. The hurricane hit Duke down. And as soon as the hurricane gets through and it's not as bad as people expected, well, there's the Duke coming right back. Well, get my power back on. Let's go to the financial services. Financial services taking off with, of course, the earnings. And we'll always be concerned about this if this ever breaks. But other than that, guys, we are in another breakout now. So you can see how this has been holding the pullback around here, and we're breaking away from this breakout central. Let's see what happens now. Can these banks actually continue a breakout? Look at Bank of America's breakout. Of course, this reports later in the week, so could have a day 2 move or could be pulling back today. They'll be in play, that's for sure. We'll watch to see what happens. Morgan Stanley does not want to break, and if anything, making a move to the upside. Even Goldman Sachs might be breaking out here, guys. So I know I don't like Goldman, but at the end of the day, the stocks show me some strength. Industrials looking like they want to break to the upside. And overall, the market looking strong here. Of course, what has been recently moving these up were defensive names after the recent, of course, kind of situation in the Middle East. Lockheed Martin was going higher, has been going sideways. Can these get the next leg higher? That's what I really want to watch, because if these can get the next leg higher, industrials can stay higher. XLI up there towards 139, continuing to move. Of course, Boeing is going to put a little bit of a hit on this today, and so is Caterpillar on the pullback. But Picard, super strong move on Friday. Can this pull back today? Yes, but we'll see what happens. Deere is another one, looking for the move through 420. When will it get there? Something definitely to look for there in Deere. And how's good old GE in the industrial space? Of course, diversified industrial continuing on the strength, man, up to 190. It's crazy to think that for 2024, GE is one of your best names out there, up 91%. Yes, I said it, 91% GE. What a move there, man. It's crazy. Well, Honeywell goes nowhere. But is now the time? Look at the strength in the last couple of days for Honeywell. Honeywell's getting the motor going. Tried to fill the gap already. Now it's trying to hold the gap and keep going. See what happens there. Really good strength there in the industrials. Healthcare. Let's take a look here. In industrials, just to take a look out there, I just want to see for the week here. What was the best? What's been looking good here? Let's go to the weekly. All right, weekly here, and we can take a look at what led. All right, so trucking not doing too bad. Farm and heavy construction, of course, that's been making a big push to the upside. Metal fabrication not doing too bad. What about the airlines? Airlines not looking too bad. What about American Airlines? Did get a little bit of a move, just hasn't gotten the big breakout. UAL already on a nice little push. So is DAL. How's Love? Love setting up. Guys, these look interesting, especially today. Before the earnings come in, right? United scheduled to report later this week, already making an upside approach here. Could it do like maybe a Monday breakout and then kind of start to fade for the rest of the week? So I'll be watching these. Not bad ones to watch in the industrial space. Let's move over to the healthcare space. It's 9:07, team. I got to take a little bit of a sip of some coffee. Pinkies up out there, traders. Let's get to the market. You guys out there, throw up some stocks. Let me catch some stocks in the chat from you guys and maybe go through some of those stocks that you guys are watching this morning. One thing I can catch here is that healthcare has been on a pullback, but look at the MACD. It's looking like it wants to start getting ready to cross here. So let's take a look to see how these stocks look at the top. Eli Lilly, of course, leading the action and could continue to lead back through 960. UNH looking strong. So healthcare plans actually looking decent right now. Let's take a look here in the different space. Biotechs. Biotechs, of course, have been hot as of late, so I don't expect too much from this area, but I can look at different areas that have had a pullback. Diagnostics and research, one definitely to take a look at, has been slowly working its way back, makes moves up and down here. You got your major drug manufacturers. That's where you'll have your Eli Lilly, your Johnson & Johnson, your Merck, your AstraZeneca, Novartis, right? Let's take a look at Pfizer. Pfizer still doesn't want to get going, man. It gets any type of pop and just gets hit right back down. But it is on support right now. There is a gap below it as a support. If it breaks this 29, it could go right back into that lower gap. But you could also just make another attempt back above the 9 and going towards 30. So this one's on the radar today. We'll see what happens there in Pfizer. Can it get back there towards kind of like the 29.40 area, 29.30s? Not a bad area to watch for. All right, Gilead, it's the last one. I'll take a look there. Maybe Bristol Myers, not much on those. Those are the hourly. Dailies have pulled back. Bristol Myers, not a bad one if it can recover the 9 EMA. Technology, of course, continuing the strength, guys. Apple now pushing, guys. We'll see if this can go and now make a breakout towards the high. I see a new high coming soon in Apple, as long as everything can stay in place with the earnings. It's all about the big boys. If the big boys do negative earnings, well, there you go. But one thing I can clearly see, somebody wanted Apple back then. Let's see if it goes back there towards the 234s and 240s. Nvidia continuing the breakout, looking like it wants to go back towards the highs there at the 142. You can definitely watch that. Microsoft at the bottom. Multiple attempts here to break the bottom. Now coming away from this level. Something definitely to watch here, guys. I'll be looking for it. So essentially, this tried to break down here. Tried to bounce here. Undercut it, undercut it, undercut it. And you tried to break down in all this area. You couldn't break down. Now I'm wondering, hey, did some buyers step up there? Not a bad area to watch. Let's see if we can just recover the first resistance. First resistance right up here. So get back into the kind of the 421 spot. And I'll start taking a look at you, Microsoft. You're interesting to me today. I'll let you lead. But hey, let's see if you can start coming back. What about Google? Google, similar stock, right? Tried to break down multiple times. Now we kind of have this inverse head and shoulders, right? You can see it here. Head, left shoulder, right? Now starting to come back up. Let's see if it makes an attempt for 170 on the up end. All right, taking a look out there. Spotify pulling back a little bit. Dash continuing the strength there. Zillow pulled back. Now ready to get right back to it, guys. So I'd be keeping an eye on these action. Even Snap. Solar looks like it got a big hit towards the end of the week last week. So this looks like it's falling off here, guys. So be careful out there, even in First Solar, as this keeps falling down. We'll see what happens there. Run could be on the run back down. Yeah, it's running right back down. EMPH, another one. SEDG could be right back down. So I'd be a little bit careful in the solar space. Software looks strong, guys. This looks good. Salesforce breakout. It's continued the strength. It's held the 9 EMA. Looks like that's not going anywhere anytime soon. I start taking a look at some different names. What can get the run? Now looks good. Intuit, kind of holding in there. Shopify, though, looking strong, man. Looking like it wants to continue going. Still mad I don't have Shopify in the long-term account. Workday looks good. Nice pullback. Build the gap. Comes back. No one's paying attention to it. And look at the volume. Oh, this looks juicy, team. I'll be looking at this one for sure. Just based on the chart. I like this. I like the bottoming action. Now it could attempt to come down here. But if it just goes back through 247, you're looking gravy here. I like this one, man. Let's see it. Let's see it on Workday. Can it start to go? MACD looking good there too. See it. I'll be watching this one. I actually want to even take a look at this on the trade to pull and set this up here. SQQQ going down there. Let's take a look at the SPY here. SPY continuing to hold here. If we take a look at the Qs, they're also continuing to hold. We'll see if we get any type of pullback, but it's been a strong gate right now. Tesla looking like it's holding in right there. Tesla's one that I like today. I would like to see some downside action come in first and then the recovery, but it's something to watch for on the daily. We are down there though, guys. This could be heading back down towards the 210, 200s. I don't know, man. Will we get at least a bounce back? I think we do. At least a bounce back, and then the sellers will come in if it's really a sell. But I do think that we could come right back and try to fill a new gap, right? Can we go back and just try to get back into this space. I think that's definitely potential today. I'll be watching for it. You guys can see that action here. We could still get another down day and then start to curl eventually through that spot. So, hey, it doesn't mean it's going to be really quick. And if I do trade Tesla, it needs to be quick, because these are going to be one that's going to go up to resistance, right back down to support. So be careful there, guys. Work day. Don't want to forget that one. WDAY. We'll look to see if this one can get over. And there you guys have it. Setting alerts. Alerts are definitely going to help me out. Taking a look here at NAT. That's a shipper getting a little bit of a move. Are the shipping stocks moving now? It'd be funny if they're getting the lift in now. Sofi is definitely staying hot up there towards almost 10. Got there towards what we got a high of there. A high of 988. So let's see what happens there. Can we get to 10 today? This looks like still it'll pull back a little bit. Be taking a look to see if that can pull back at least half of that. You guys can use a fib retracement, right? So you click it there. Boom. Retracement on the 50 is about 950. So 949. Perfect. I'd be watching for around 950. That actually looks interesting there. If for any reason you guys don't know how to delete something on your screens and you're getting a little confused, like you don't know how to get to it, don't forget, use the object manager. Go to your drawing and you can just delete it here, or maybe just take it off, right? You can take it off. You can modify it there, right? So I'm just going to delete it there, but we'll see what happens. Looking good this morning, ready to get after the market. Let's take a look a little bit at some higher price names. Let's go with, there we go. All right, so these are lower price. Let's go with higher price names. All right, so Sachs comes up there. Of course, your miners are coming up there. I got Verb. That's interesting to see up there. Verb, moving fast, man. Holy moly. Verb's on the move, guys. This has already done 1, 2, 3 moves there. Got up there to 15, guys. Whoa. Might actually have to have a 1-minute chart on this one. I've been trying to stay away from that, but we'll add it just for right now. Let's take a look at this one. Holy moly. 1 move. That's had about 2 moves. It could still pull back here. So let's take a look there. I'm going to go to a 5-minute chart. Kind of slow it down a little bit here. Let's take a look at the daily chart. What's going on with this thing? Holy moly. This thing has been hot. So resistance to watch out for. 850s. All right, let's go to the hourly. Kind of clean this up a little bit here. Okay. 850s is an important one. Then we already recovered that. Now we have this one here. All right, trying to draw some levels here, guys. I got to make this a little thicker for you guys to see. All right, let's go into the 5-minute here and start taking a look at the recent action. You've had one breakout above this 11, right? Then you pulled back, kind of reloaded, got another breakout. We could get pullbacks to 11 quickly here, and you got another attempted breakout to 15.10. So this is going to move all around here, guys. This is definitely probably the top mover of the day. So you just got to be careful with something like this, right? So that's the one thing that I'd be a little bit careful of. Definitely a reload right around the 1060s. I'd be watching to see if we can get back into this area. Definitely going to be interesting to see if we could get back there. All right, so below 12s and 11s, I like this for longs. If not, I'm looking at potentially a blow off top going towards 16 and then maybe eventually shorting Verb today. This is going to be moving all over the place, team. We got to be careful with this one, though. This is one of those that moves fast, and it's a little bit dirty here. 6 cent spread right now in the pre-market. I'll be watching it, team. What do you guys think about Verb? Let me know in the chat. Let's go ahead. Let's catch up with you guys. All right, what's going on out there, team? How we doing this morning? Day trade with Tony. Took 1,600 on Verb already this morning. 1,500. Let's go. Short it, says Spiritual Space. Let's go. DJT mentioned out there. Boeing towards 130. We'll see if we get there. Hi, what software is this guy using? Looks easier than TradingView. Yeah, I definitely like it. So I use different, right? I always talk about having different skills or different tools in the tool belt, right? Well, this is one of my tools. I use TC2000. It's a very old platform, very old software. But you guys saw right there how I was moving through the market and trying to find what's working, what's not working, sectors, industries, and stocks. That's the way it works, guys. So you go first to the sectors, find what's hot there, find what industry is hot, and then see if there's multiple stocks that are moving in that direction. Because when you can find an industry-wide move, trust me, those are really fun to take advantage of, let alone a sector-wide move. Because if a sector goes up, it's going to affect the whole tide, right? The tide works backwards, right? If a stronger sector will affect those industries and stocks, right? A stronger industry will definitely affect closer to those stocks, right? So like if we're seeing all auto manufacturers break out, well, maybe we want to trade some of these autos to the upside. Things like this can give you an advantage. All right, what's going on out there, team? Let me catch up in the chat. Yeah, it's really good layout for sectors and industry rotation analysis. 1,000%. Some people call it intermarket analysis. You can look into this a little bit more. It's what I really think is the only way to have true edge in the market. Yes, you can have a pattern. Yes, you can know what's going on. But truly, do you know where the rotation's going? And this is how I get ahead of even the bigger buyers and start to notice when things are starting to break. All right, what's up out there, guys? I'm currently having trouble logging in. Is anyone having other issues like this? I'm not having an issue on logging in. Anyone in the chat having issues on logging in, let us know. We're always, fully transparent here. And reach out to our customer service team if you are having issues so that we can go ahead and help you out. Busy. I hope you're able to get logged in. All right. Created my online account but cannot sign in to the mobile app. Make sure that you're using the right password. Sometimes the password might need to be kind of corrected, because I know when I use it on my mobile app, and trust me, I have it right here on my iPad. Like I can trade right on the iPad. Yeah, trust me, it took me a little while, but I got it to work. You can get it to work. Keep getting after it. All right, let's keep taking a look to see what other stocks are making a move. Of course, you guys talking about that Verb. Throw a 1 if you're bullish on Verb today. Throw a 2 if you're bearish on Verb today. What's going to happen with Verb? Verb's the word? I don't know. Maybe bird's the word, but all right, guys. Delish. Big coffee mug. Might need to make some more coffee, though, at some point during the show. Or should we go for a Celsius? Might go for the Celsius. Let's go, team. Let's go. All right, guys, getting ready to get into the action. The app is updating. Yes, I got an update this morning too, so don't worry. I got an update. All right, guys, let's get ready to the action. Let's go back to the charts. Let's take a look here. And we're getting ready for the bell here, guys. So we need to get ready. We're going to trade right on the app. I'm going to be moving a little bit sometimes maybe to my TC chart just to take a look at sectors and industries. Always keep throwing up comments. I'll move back and forth here, guys. If you guys see a double screen, remember, normally I have 6 screens. Today I only have 1. That doesn't matter. We're going to make it work. So if you see a double screen for a second, the charts will be right after that. Don't worry, guys. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get to the action. Let's start the trade and get to the stocks. Stocks are hot. Let's go. All right. Did I leave that up? Hold on. Did I leave the message up? Yeah. Let me take that away. Oof. Would have left that up. All right. Let's go back to it. All right, guys. Ready to go ahead and trade here. And I might take a swing trade, of course. I'm going to be using my different accounts. You guys see the swing trade account here up at 1,600. I'm ready to take another swing trade. What was the top trade for me, though? Man, this SRRK. How's that thing trading? I know I traded it on the short side of things and swung it to the downside, and that gave me a monster return. It's hanging out here, though, at the 25. Could we have a recovery back to 32.50? I'll tell you one thing. I'll keep this one on the radar. Right now, it's hanging in there, but could drop like a rock and then come right back down here, back towards, what is it, $7? So, hey, I'm going to continue to watch this. I might short this again eventually. Who knows? We'll see what happens and what the day brings. All right, back to the limited account. Of course, you guys see it up at 195. I'm getting ready to trade the open here, and we're going to get after it today, team. Of course, you guys can take a look at your alerts to see what's active here on the left-hand side if you guys don't already do that. And of course, check out our videos, guys. Have you guys checked out some of our funded traders? Man, it's really great to watch these interviews. I know I enjoy watching them just because you get some little tidbits, right? And some tidbits of knowledge is so important. Find strengths of traders that it's working for them and try to use it and adapt it to your own strategy is so important, team. All right, guys, like always, you guys can check that out. Ready to get to the market here. We can put some more stocks on the grid here. We can do a different grid also. I have a different work window here that we can kind of change things up. This is another way that you guys can set up your windows, right? And I would definitely advise you guys do this so that you guys have different ways of looking at different stocks, right? So I would do this. I definitely check it out. I'm going to close this up right now because don't really need time and sales, the filled orders, those extra boxes. But you can go here, do like another grid. So I'm going to do a grid here. Boom, attach it. We could do 4 charts. We could do 6 charts, right? So, of course, we're going to be watching CleanSpark today. That's going to be one of my top watch stocks. Let me go ahead and unlink these. If you unlink them, they're not going to be linked to a certain window, but at least they won't all change when you're changing them, right? So, in this one, let's take a look at, let's do Verb. We'll do Verb. We'll take a look at Verb there. We'll take a look at Workday. Workday's a nice one. Sofi is definitely on the radar. So there you guys have it. Some different stocks out there. And of course, I can adjust these. Let me know out there if you guys see anything. And don't forget, you guys can use these buttons, right? So I still have these buttons if I wanted to. I can adjust this to like maybe 100 shares, right? Make sure that you adjust the share amount before you hit that click. Because if you do that, you ain't going to be liking things. But I'll set these up at 100 for right now. And there you guys have it. Different way of trading right here on the screen. Let's go back to the main chart here. Taking a look at the action here to see what's going on in CleanSpark towards the bell. Of course, going to be watching the overall market here. We could do this with the grid. Let me put the grid here. Let's put the Qs here. See what happens out the gates. Let's go to the 5-minute here. Taking a look at the action. SPY coming back, of course, gapping up after down at the close. But that was just at the close overnight, right? Before this, it was an actual big update breakout. So can we come back to this level, right? If I take a look at this on the 15-minute, and we got about, what, 2 minutes here? 2 minutes, team. All right, so if we look at this on the SPY, you can see how you can come back here on the 15-minute chart, right? So I would be looking to see if we could come back to hourly resistance, which is going to be that resistance here on the 15-minute. Let's zoom in here. You guys can see it. We'll draw a horizontal line there, looking for pullbacks to that layer to see if we can go ahead and then play to the upside off of that, right? So it needs to come back to this for me to really try to catch that. Underneath this level here, that's where the takedown level is. Like, let's say 578, that's short side. Right now, it's trying to come back into the resistance, maybe play a little chop. We'll see what happens there. in the SPY today. Qs still looking like they want to break out to the upside. Let's take a look at this chart here. I put it on the manual. You can see here how we're trying to break right back out and maybe make a big move here, guys. So we'll see what happens. Big levels to watch. Of course, you guys can look to the left-hand side, but this is going to be fun to watch to see if we start to approach this. We're filling the gap too, so we could just fill this gap and then start to pull back off of that. So don't forget that we had this little gap here. If we take a look at it on the hourly, we're going to see that it's right above here. So we could just have like kind of a blow off top day where we have like a nice strong move out the gates and then start to pull back some. I'll be watching for it, but I think that we still have some strength this morning. Let's see how it holds. Tesla is on my radar. Definitely going to be watching that. We'll see what happens today, guys. Let's go. Let's get after it. All right, guys, 9:30 here. Let's go ahead. Let's see what happens. Traders, you guys stay safe out there. Let's see what I can come up with here at the Airbnb. I'll tell you what, we ain't going to shy away from it. Let's do it right. Let's get it started. You guys know what it is. You guys know what time it is. It's time. Let's go, team. Let's go. Let's go. Bell's here. Stay safe out there, traders. All right. Let's go. Let's go. All right. That looks good there. Let's get to the action. Let's see what we can trade today. All right. SoFi. Less than 950 already out the gates. Let's go to SoFi here. Ooh, nice pullback there in SoFi. Let's go to it. Let's set this up here. Order entry, Tesla. Let's color this yellow. Ooh, Tesla strong out the gates there. I had that feeling, but hey, look at the SoFi takedown here. All right, guys, we're going to get after this here. All right, guys, just grabbed a little bit there at the 46, guys, 100 shares here. And you guys will see the positions at the bottom left. I'll need to expand this a little bit so you guys can see the net winning. But there you guys have it. Nice little first move here back towards the upside here. Want to see if this can get right back up towards the top end and maybe make a little bit of a cushion on the day. So right now, not trying to risk much, risking about $7 right now towards the bottom of this layer. I shouldn't even see it break 37s. Just want to see it recover 50s and go right back to the top end. Then I could look to add if it gets right back through the high here. Let's see what happens. Of course, this is a small limited account, so it's not going to be, I might not make like $1,000 today. Just trying to make a good, like, $300. Now we're back into the 60s at this point. Could be break even on the trade. Don't even need to lose on the trade. Just looking for this to go right back through the high here, right back up. So quick trade here, guys. Nice little $20. Let's see if we can get it through that. Then I can go ahead and add up here at the 990s, looking for the $10 breakout if it just wants to just make a quick move here. I won't lose on the trade. I'll kind of break even now as it starts to get away from me, but looking for the breakout back to the upside here. All right, now that we're getting back towards that 970s, I can leave that break-even stop loss. So at this point, I can't even lose on the trade. I'm just looking to add, and then at that point, put another stop loss break-even here. All right, let's go to the 1 minute just so you can see the action a little bit closer to the action here. So, of course, you could zoom back. You can hit the auto. So we got to that 985. So we could see pullbacks right now around the 960, 955s, but I wouldn't want it to get back through that 946. Could go to 950s maybe, but I'm looking for this to just break out here now. All right, looking good here as we start to approach the breakout for the 10 here, right? So I do want to have like kind of a VWAP here. That's one thing that I would definitely add to my screen here. So let's go ahead and add a VWAP, right? Why not we add one here? So I'll show you guys how you can do that, right? Why not have it, right? So here it is, volume weighted average, price. We're going to add one onto the screen. That's going to give me towards 960. So looking for one pullback attempt to 960. Starting to hold well here. Looking for one more pullback here, and then going to look for the breakout. Then I'll add here. So taking a quick trade here, guys, on Sofi. We'll take a look really quickly at some other charts here, see how they're breaking out. Look at Verb. Verb up there towards 16. Through 16, above that, eventually we'll be looking for shorts on this. Let's see if it breaks 16. I'm setting an alert there. That's strong out the gates here. Workday, not seeing too much on that right now. Just taking a look at the action here. Yeah, Workday like a little bit all over the place here. Look at that, 16 breakout already. CleanSpark down 980s here. Sofi continuing the work here. Let's go back to that chart. All right, there you guys have it. Now towards 970s, 975. Now we could get that quick little pullback. I'm going to look for this quick little pullback to add and then keep its stop loss break even. Right now, you guys see me take off the stop loss as I go ahead and watch this pullback. I don't want to show my hand, right? Don't come and get me right now. Pull back, stop around this, and then I can just cut it out if I need to, right? So in a second here, I'm going to be going for an add on this pullback and then attempt back through the high. So this is the way I've been playing things lately, guys, is this kind of slower position first, looking for things to start working. And then once it starts working in my favor and takes a swing to the upside, I take the swing with it, right? And so that's the big thing here. Let's see if we can do it. Looking good there. Now VWAP holding in, looking really good. Now I just needed to start swinging back to the 975s, and then we can take that attempt here. Just want to see it hold VWAP here. It's going to maybe attempt here to cut down 955s. Don't want to see it break 950s. If that happens, it can just get out, can hit this X or move the stop loss. All right, traders, how we doing out there? Hope you guys are having a good day. Money Mitch trading from the Airbnb. Yes, on the road, taking the challenge. We're ready to get after it. All right, 950s pulling back there. I'll take a look at the market in just a second here, guys. But there's a little bit of a pullback back towards the 950s. Got to be careful here. Definitely don't want to lose on the position. Just got to have this whole. I'm holding the stop loss essentially. It's not active until I let it go, but just watching it right now. Looking for a recovery back towards the 960s here. We got about 9 seconds left on this candle. So you see at the bottom right of my chart, you'll see that seconds countdown. That's exactly the chart pattern that I wanted to see right there. So now we're starting to recover. New candle in here. So boom, just added there, guys. Now break even on this. Can stop out if it comes back to me. 957s. Maybe I can risk off of 955s, maybe $10, $11 here, but not risking much. Looking for the continuation back to the upside here. All right, back to the 970s, back to the 975s. At this point, I can go ahead and break even and look for this to actually make the breakout. I just want to see it go to 980s. 980s, and I'm going to break even stop. Can't lose on it, and we'll go for the bigger swing. We'll look for maybe even an add through the 980s, but really looking for the breakout above 10 now. There we go. Looking good here as we start approaching the 975. Just wants to continue going here now. At this point, I won't lose on it. I'll stop out, break even. Just trying to set the breakout. If it doesn't break out here, that's fine because we have that attempt here. As more than the potential here to get that buy right back up and through the 980s towards the 10. Let's see if we get it. Trying to start small today, guys. Only 200 shares, nothing crazy, but all right, let's see if this can really start to go now. It looks good on the hold there. Holding well right now. Still don't have a stop loss out there. If I had the stop loss out there, it starts to kind of show the hand here a little too much. Might get an attempt back towards my entry here, guys. Might be stopping out here in just a second. I'll watch it here. It's hitting my entry. I have to give it the small risk. Okay, looks good there. It's starting to hold. Now let's see if I get an 30 seconds. I gotta hang in here for 30 seconds. New candle back up above 960 is what I'm looking for. There's an attempt back down here. Gotta be careful because this could be a takedown. Back through the 950s. I gotta get out. See, I'm holding it here, but not actually letting it go. Essentially not putting the stop loss active, but ready to get out and understanding what my loss could be. This is the way I trade a lot of the times, guys. You guys are getting as much transparency as possible right now. Literally watching every single thing that I do. So if you guys can do me one favor today, and that's hit that like button. All right, 950s trying to recover. Can't recover. Can't recover. About to get out. We got about 30 seconds left there. The candle, new candle opened here. I'm looking for a recovery there. There we go. 960s approaching here. It's holding, testing down right now. Good breakdown. About to let it go, guys. Just got to always understand the risk here. I'm risking 15 bucks. That's fine. All right, there's that attempt recovery. Now we start to get that up action here. Now it shouldn't come back and break that low, right? So at least I know where I need to get out if I'm getting out here. It's 950s. Attempt back through the 960s here. Starting to see that approach for the 960s up, start to make the move. There we go, looking good. Now we're back above our high, back above my level. So at this point, I could set that at least the 950s. All right, set the 950s there. Now I'm showing my hand here, but at this point, I understand what my risk should be, right? If it comes back down and breaks that low right there, I need to get out anyways, right? So at this point, just looking for the next expansion up here and ready to add if needed. So at this point, I could add for the breakout above the 975 and then hold at the VWAP at this. After that, I need to start holding VWAP. So looking good here, guys. I'm going to let this try to make the breakout. Of course, I have the stop loss right there. As it gets back through 975, I'll go break even on this. Now that it's makes some move to the upside, I'm just canceling my stop here because there's no point. It's away from me. Don't need to have the stop out there. Looking for the breakout here. Looking good on the first action here. Now it approaches the 75. Gonna go ahead and try to add it here in just a second. I still need it to break above this, right? So gotta wait for it. Don't overreact. If you overreact, you could get a trend line rejection, right? Trend line rejection there versus the breakout. At this point, break even. Don't want to lose a single cent on this. Could still pull back right back to that level. So if I need to stop out and get back in, that's what I'll do. Fees don't matter to me. What matters to me is making that money, guys. Making that money. That's the important thing here. All right, nice little setup here for the 975 breakout. Can we get it? Can we get 970, 980s to start to show up here? There we go, 972. Come on, Sofi. Let's go, Sofi. All right, that looks good here. It has the attempt to break out here. I'm still looking for 75s to show up because that's the breakout spot. It's still a fake out until it gets there. There's 75 hits. Now we start to get some buys there. Now I'm looking for the slightest pullback. Buying. Taking my shot here, guys. I got 300 shares. Now I'm set for the breakout. You see how my position is now that near that VWAP. I can't let it go back to VWAP, but I can let the breakout attempt go to 10. It can go to 970s here. That's about it. Really should see that trend line start to hold and then make another attempt to the 980s, this time taking 990s. That's what I'm looking for. All right, looking good. Once we get back through the 980s, I can drop this stop loss at break even and look for the breakout to 10. So still not dropping the stop loss because I don't want to show my hands just yet. I'm up 30, looking for that nice expansion move. Let's see if we can get it back through 10. I think I'm playing this right at least, right? You never know what's going to happen. That's one thing I'll always tell you traders. You never know what's going to happen. The only thing you can do is understand what you're looking for. So let's take a look here. If I get to 10, what is my potential profit? That's what you also want to be thinking about. All right, so potential profit here. Trying to find a good spot for this. There you go. Let's do the bottom left here. All right, so now we're starting to make that breakout attempt here. So through 10 is $100, right? So that's not a bad attempt there. Now we're right here towards that. Now I can set the stop loss break even, looking for the breakout opportunity here. $170, nice top profit there. If I can get that, I'll take it, guys. Let's see if we can get this breakout. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel, be ready to take profits here. And stop loss is already set, break even, no matter what. Now I set myself with a big position size for a nice win here. Let's see if we can break the high here, the 990, and go towards the 10. I might just take 10, guys. I'm not sure it's going to break through that 10, but I'll be ready to take it. So 300 now here at the top, ready to sell out. If I wanted to, I could add at that 10, but that makes it a little bit difficult here. I'm not going to get too, let's say, not going to get too pretty with it. Let's say that. All right, looking for Sofi to break here towards the 990s. Really wanted to hold that kind of 970s now. Getting that first attempt here looks good here. Let's see if it can break that attempt through and just continue the momentum higher. We could get pullbacks, right? We could get pullbacks, but I'm looking for quick momentum to drive here through the 10. Back at 980s, back at 980s. If I wanted to, right, I could move this stop loss to like 970s, and that's 20 bucks, right? So as we get through $10, what I'm going to probably do is move this stop loss to 990s. Or 980s, right? 50 bucks, secure 50, secure 100, secure 150, trying to make like 170, right? That's the way I like to do it, guys. And sometimes it's okay to just cancel and not have anything placed. Just make sure that you, at least for me, I make sure that I have my stop loss ready to go and I have it clicked. Let's see if we can just break through and go to the 990s now. It's not a bad way to approach it today, right? Because on my normal sizing, this would have been like maybe 200 and we're up towards like 600 to 1,000 shares. So nice attempted breakout here towards the 86, looking like it wants to break towards the 990s. Let's give it that opportunity. If not, maybe just take the $40 and run here. So giving that opportunity for that big break. Let's see if we get it here. 990s. Don't want to stay in positions too long today. So if I need to cut it, I'll cut it. But now I have this nice attempted run, right? Let's see if we can get it through there. The 990s. Let's go. Let's go. Looking for that breakout above the 990s here. It's slowing down a little bit. That's one thing I will say. There we go. 990 starting to show up there, looking good. Now I can set my stop loss at break even. Whenever I don't want to pay attention to the stop loss, I'm going to set it break even because the truth is I need to protect myself. Always first. Okay, let's take a look here at the market depth. Okay, the wall's at 990 and then towards 10, right? 990s, of course, being a pesky right now. Let's see if we can get through that. Canceling stop loss right now as I'm just watching the position. Can we get the break through 990s now? Might be pulling back to the 980s here, guys. So we gotta hang in there. Might get a little bit of a pullback here. So you just got to determine, do you want to take that opportunity on the pullback, let it pull back, or do you just want to take the money and run here? Because you see the 5-minute could pull back right back to the VWAP here. So now I'm going to the 5-minute to slow my brain down, right? And so sometimes I'll do this just to be in a little bit of a longer time frame, not freaking out as much, right? Letting the stock trade a little bit here. All right, let's see if we can get this break above the 990s and go to 10 here. 990s approaching. We might get this quick move to 10. It's starting to slow down. That's one thing I see already. I'm putting out there 1020s just in case I get a breakout and then it comes right back down. But in a second, I'll be moving the stop loss. Now I'm worried about the stop loss. And I use the stop loss also as a way to get stop and get the gains. So you could get a pullback back towards this 970s. Do you want to take the money and run here? Or do you want to let it pull back, get to $30 up? So that's the opportunity that I have right now. I got to understand that it could pull back right back to this, right? So that's one thing to keep in mind. All right, one more attempt back through the 990s. This is that last attempt, I feel like, because you're getting towards that last 2 minutes on the 5-minute, and normally that's when I start to see things happen. So if I went to the 1 minute, I could see probably 1 or 2 attempts. Yeah, one attempt to get through this 990, 2 attempts. This is that 3rd attempt, right? The rule of 3 starts playing in here. Got to be careful for quick sweeps back now. All right, guys, if this goes red candle in the next 3 minutes, I'll probably just take the money and run. And that could easily happen here. Just watching it here, guys. There you guys have it. 2 minutes pullback. It's attempting to go towards that high one more time. Now it's going to be that 4th attempt in just a second here. If it doesn't make it, hey, so be it. We can go to the 1 minute to watch it. Watch. I'll show you guys what I look at. So in this last 1 minute candle right here, now as this 30-second runs out, I'm going to be watching to see if we make this quick move. If not, it's a breakdown back into this spot. There's that attempt. Now it starts to try to recover here in the last 15 seconds, right? So on like on 1 minute, the last 10 seconds I think are very important. So I'm watching the price action here to see if Sofi can make the move. All right, here comes the 985s. You see that 990 stacked up on the depth? That's what's stopping it right there. So I'm watching to see if we can approach it again. If we don't, we're pulling back here. So that's what it needs to be determined. Come on, approach that 990. Starting to slow down a little bit here. Could break down. You see the 20 seconds? Watch last 15 seconds, last 10 seconds. We're going to be really watching it here. Okay, that attempted pullback here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. Blast off. Oh, man. But I can only hope. I can only hope. Nice little kind of moment right here where you're trying to get a buyer to step up. Can they step up? Can they take it? If not, it pulls back. Up. There's that attempt. Now they're trying to take it. Now can they take it? That's a rejection right there. It's a rejection when you try to approach the candles high and then reject off of that, right? Here it comes. 15 seconds. The remaining seconds of the candle are so important. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. If not, I'll take the small money and run. Trying to let this run now. Let's go. Back up. 85, 90s. Let's go. Come on. Slowing up here, guys. What's going on out there, traders? In a second, I'll check in on the market. Sorry about it. I'm being a little bit driven by Sofi. Can't see too much in the market right now, but in a second, I'll take a look at it, guys. There's 982 starting to work its way back, but can't do it. Just keeps fighting here. So in a second here, we're just going to drop it and take the money and run, it seems like. Doesn't want to do it, seems like, team. Got to be careful here. There's that attempt breakdown. Let's see if it recovers here, but all right, guys, about to take the money. All right, tries that recovery. Now I can go ahead and set that stop here as it starts to come back into the green candle. Shouldn't break that low now at this point on that nice recovery. So I'm just looking to see that it holds that low. There we go. Looking good here. It's looking good. Just needs to get back up above the 980s, spike towards the 990s. All right, looking good. Now the buyers can start stepping in there. There we go. First action looking great. I'm going to go back to stop loss here, down here in a second. Once we go to that 990s, I can bring it up. There's that fake out. There's a fake out, guys. Back to the upside there. That was a fake out. So you see how you went right back up towards it. It looked good. It looked like it was going to break. Now we got to get out. Now we take the money. All right, guys, just going to take the money and get a little bit of a cushion here. Can get back in it. Can look for Sofi a little bit later for maybe kind of a scout back through 10. 990s is going to be an important level, but now it looks like it's fading away and don't want to get caught here. So taking that quick money, running, and just going to keep going, guys. Let's take a look and see what's going on in the SPY and what's going on in the Q, right? So the SPY is up there to 583s. That's looking hot. Let's go to my main charts here. Of course, you guys know how I like to look at this here. How's Workday doing? Workday's looking great, guys. This looks good for a swing trade. I might take a swing on Workday. But let's take a look around in the market, see what's up since the open. Up from the open, we got technology leading, of course, and we saw how those were strong. Apple strong, Nvidia ripping, guys, Microsoft, Google, Meta, TSM, all of them, Google, Oracle. This is what I mean by sector wide. This is technology, and pretty much all the big boys going to the upside. So really strong day right now, guys, that this is causing, and this is probably causing the VIXI to collapse. So yeah, the VIXI collapse in here today, guys. So VXX, another way to trade, right? This is coming down pretty fast now. 5330s, 5307. I'll look for a move back, but definitely dropping fast here. VIXI now down to 5305. definitely having a nice up day today. We'll take a look at some different names. I wanted to take a look at CleanSpark to see if it recover a little bit later in the day. Did do that nice hourly dump attempt, but it didn't get all the way back down. So I could still look for this to fade a little bit more later in the day. If it could get back towards like 970s, it looks good for a little bit of a trade. Right now, I'm just keeping a watch on it back through 1020s. I'll take a look at it. But right now, it's a no touch for me. How's that Verb? Verb's the word. It went to 16, blow off top at 16, looking to short at 16. Well, boom. There it goes, guys. Right back down here. And definitely taking a big hit. So from that 16, it blew off. It went to 16, 14, and then just straight down. So my attempted look was not a bad one, right? Because I was looking for that third attempt breakdown, right? So one attempt to break out, two attempts to break out, like two moves. The second move, the third move fails, right? So now third move fails, starts to pull back. Now you could still get an attempt to move back into this kind of 16 later. So that's my level to watch for potential short later. 16 and then right back down. We'll see what happens there in Verb. Now I don't go short this, because if I short this here, it easily gets a 1450 pop back and you get screwed. So be careful with this one. Still a big spread on Verb. Catching up with you guys in the chat. Let's take a second here. All right, so of course the chart's going to look a little weird here. How we doing in the chat? Let me check these comments. What's going on out there, guys? How we doing? I would show your comment, Roberto, but I can't. I don't think so. I think the YouTube will kind of hit me. I'll say it this way. Sofi can be what? Yep. I know it can. I know it can. I'm in for 20 calls. Okay, there you go, Roberto. Hope it gets there. What's up? What's up? How we doing, Pawn? What's going on, man? What's good? Market's crazy this morning. Definitely crazy. Steph, got a good short on Verb. Hey, there you go. Get after it. Qs could end up testing 500 today, but so far up. Don't want to long from here. Yeah, it's difficult. It's more like day trading action, momentum trading. But that's just how it goes, team. So it's good to catch up with you guys in the chat. Let's do a little pinky up action, get a little coffee, get ready for the next trade. First trade green, ready to get back after it. Didn't get what I wanted, but hey, we set ourselves up, and I did 3 ads there, or 3 entries, which is what I want to do. So you guys are learning a little bit more about how I go about it. And right there, you guys watched me. So you guys saw at first, there was like, I was kind of like just looking at the risk, right? Staying small, 100 shares, then stepped up to 200. At that point, trying to get to the point where I can break even. Then once I get to the 300 shares, 400 shares, 500 shares with this account, yeah, I need to be break even or tiny risk, letting it try to break out. If it breaks out, I make a big equity move. If I don't, I just break even. I stay in the neutral game or just green like I did today, just taking the small green, because the small green is just going to cover me on the next trade. Let's say if I lose on the next trade, at least I get a small little cushion to help me trade that. Let's go do it. Let's go try to make some money. And one of the things is, normally I don't mind also just holding break even and not taking that little small green. But on this limited account, I'm just trying to get every little bit that I can get. Let's go back to it, guys. Verb, let's see how Sofi is looking on the kind of the MACD. So you can see here how it's starting to pull back and starting to fade a little bit here. What I was worried about was an attempt back towards the 15-minute pattern. 15-minute pattern puts it back here. So got to be careful for a pullback where you come back into the 965s. What I'm really seeing is this. So starting to see this pattern. And if it's this pattern, well, guess what? That's an easy pullback right back off of those highs, and then consolidation here to kind of play into this sideways pattern, right? So up 1, up 2, then you can get easily another down 3, and then eventually later in the day start to make a move back up, right? So that's the way I see so far right now. We'll see if it holds this 980, gets to the 990s. It's still holding in right now because it hasn't gone into the VWAP, but I need to see it get through towards 990s, 10, and then I can scalp it with bigger size. But that's a different strategy, different type of move. Let's get back to the trade the pool chart. Well, we'll stay here for a second. I'm starting to see now that technology is starting to pull back. And you can see here how I've changed from the open, but I have this one set for 1 hour and I have this one set for the daily. So what's moving in the daily versus from the open? So I always do this and I take a look. Okay, from the open, technology ran. Now we're starting to pull back in tech. What are we starting to push up in? Well, we're starting to push up in healthcare. We're starting to push up in cyclicals and financials. Financials are actually pulling back a little bit, small pullback there. So where am I seeing the move? Utilities are strong today. We've talked about that from the open. Even before the open, we could see that was up already. Healthcare starting to bounce. How's HIMS? HIMS pulled back here towards $20 here. So it's made one attempt to break down, 2 attempts to break down, 3 attempts to break down. I'm looking for one last one to hold 20 here. If it holds 20 here, I'll look for a move right back up here and making an attempt to break out back up here. So one more down attempt, then move back up, and then it looks good. This is a known pattern that I like. Now the question is, will it kind of hold on here? Hourly pullback, back through 20, back up towards 2075. So that's the up end on the price action. Let's go to it. Let's take a look here. Sofi starting to pull back there from the 970s, right around where I took the money and ran. Not going to be mad about that, guys. I had a feeling it could get back to this VWAP and didn't want to stick around for it. You can see this pattern here. If I just extend this, where it could go back to, right? So we'll see what happens there on Sofi. I'll set an alert here back at 985s. Don't want to react too early to it. Would really like to look for 990s, but we'll see what happens there, guys. Let's move out of here. Let's take a look really quickly at Tesla, and then I'll go back to the one that I was watching. Look at Tesla, down, down, down. She goes down, down. Fake out to the upside. Rejections on the VWAP. Down goes Tesla. All right, so I was watching here HIMS. Let's go. All right, HIMS looking good. Nice down attempt right there. All right, so I just got that down attempt. Now I would like to come to 20 first, though. Really, I was looking for that 20, but I might not get it here. I get one more attempt down towards 20, and then recovery here is what I'm looking at. If I jump too early on this wick here, it went down towards, I mean, it wasn't the worst move. It was down there towards 2003. So maybe I don't get 20, right? That could be it, right? It doesn't hit exactly 20 on the dot. That happens too. All right, starting to come back here. I'm going to take the shot off here, guys. So I'm just jumping in here. Definitely jumping in a little bit higher, but I like the pattern here. So taking 100 shares right now, risking about 22 bucks off that 20 right now. Just going to try to keep it simple, right? Of course, I have a little small cushion today, about $33. So let's go ahead. Let's take a little starter here. Looking for it to start getting above the 2040s, which gets it above the VWAP. Then from there, I can start adding. Right now, I don't want to add. I want to stay to my 100 size and then eventually take a step up there, right? So let me expand this a little bit so you can see the pattern a little bit, see how it's moving. All right, that should work for us. All right, guys, so you guys see me, and you guys see me use also the market there, right? It's not like I have to use kind of a limit. I can mark it in. There's not a problem, especially with 100 shares. Not going to be that bad of an entry there. Now just looking for it to get back through the VWAP, right? So we made this attempt to break down. We've made another attempt. It could still go to 20 here and then start to come back here. Just got to always understand the risk, right? I can risk about, on this account, it should be like closer to like 40s to 70s. On the smaller size, around the $40 risk. On the bigger size, around the $70 risk. Nice little down attempt there. Now starting to come back. Can we recover, get back towards the 2040s? Then I'll add there another 100 shares, then maybe add another 100 at like 2050s or 2060s, and then holding break even as it keeps climbing higher, right? So it needs to start to come back to the up end, though. We'll see what happens here on HIMS. Always worried about first risk, then reward. All right, we'll see what other trades are moving out there, and I can go to the grid and multiple charts that kind of keep a watch on this, and I can also use this here and maybe just put my stock there in the corner to kind of keep an eye on it. Look at CleanSpark trying to come back towards 10, Verb down towards 12, and Sofi recovering right back up here. So still has an attempt there to break out. Workday, really nice chart there. That's held on pretty well today, guys. I really do like the day chart in Workday. We'll see what happens. Let's go back to my other chart here. Taking a look there. Nice down attempts, down attempts, down attempts. Now needs to start to create this up move here. So getting to that point where we should get a nice little break towards 2040s. If it doesn't happen, ready to get out if needed. Sleepy, sleepy here. Wake up, HIMS. I need to get my hair checked. No, definitely not, Mitch. Don't even joke with that. All right, guys, we'll see what happens here. I think it's almost time for Celsius. It's 10:10, guys. We'll keep going. I'll probably wrap up at around 10:55, close to 11 here. But let's keep it going, team. Let's see how much I can get towards. Let's see what I can make the money on today. $20 hanging in there right now. 2010. Come on, HIMS and hers. Let's get the 5-minute here. Slow things down a little bit here. 15-minute. So you can see here how I'm looking for this to kind of recover, not go red here. If we look at this opened at 1998. So it could tick there, but we really don't want to see like kind of the 990s takedown. 990s takedown, definitely. We got to get the heck out of here and get running. So we'll see what happens here on the action. Trying to recover here. Let's go back to the auto. Right now, risk is towards kind of 993s. Don't want to really see the 20s kind of cut down. And 998s, we just saw how that could be a support. But right now, about $30. Don't have it out there, though, right? Not showing my hand is so important, guys. I think it's important. Traders, if we show our hand too much, it's like playing poker with our hand open. And what I mean by showing my hand is putting out stop losses and things like that. You just need to stay really close to your stock and watch things. Of course, this puts you up to danger. The truth is hey, I'm trading, right? It's already dangerous, right? It's already something that you need to have really close watch on. We'll see what happens here. Can it recover the 20? Make the move. Still looking for that bullish engulfing candle right back up. So this could be a rejection here. We're definitely going to get that test here. So at this point, now you grab the stop loss and you're ready to get out if needed. Don't forget that if you, for some reason, if this blows through your stop loss, you're not going to get filled. You need to react. You need to be ready. Always protection first. All right, just watching the action here to see if we can bounce off this kind of 20 area, find some buyers. You can see how the volumes come down, 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 down. Now I need the volume to start making an up move with the price action on the up move. So lower volume on the downside action there is a good sign. Higher volume there on the downside action would be a bad sign. That'd be bears getting in on the down action. Now I want to see bulls come back in and get this to recover. Let's see what happens here. Now I want to see the volume jump here. The volume jump here on the up action. You saw how the volume went down on the down action. That's good price action. bad price action would have been bigger volume there on the down action. You see how when we started to come up here on the green, you see how you saw green start to jump? That's kind of what I want to see, right? So at this point, I want to see volume start to jump again, but into the price action. So let's see if we can get back up towards like this volume here and starting to push back here. So always got to keep in mind, you can get that downside, protect first. We'll see what happens here in HIMS. Let's take a look at the grid right quick. Take a peek right quick in a second here. All right, SPY holding in, starting to pull back. Sofi holding in there, trying to make that next attempt there. Let's take a look at the Qs. Qs starting to pull back here. So can you get that attempt there that you could see some tech names starting to pull back there. Vixie also breaking down there, but hey, starting to pull back already. So could see a little bit of a pullback there. VXX, taking a look at that one. See if we can get a bounce back to the VWAP. What a takedown there in the VIX and the VXX today. We'll see if we get some pullback here towards the VWAP. There it goes. HIMS now starting to turn around there. So we got that little bit of a turn here. When I used to add here, I felt like it was a mistake. I looked back at this and I feel like I used to add right here, right? And there's a reason why, because you want to lower your average and get closer to being in the green. But the truth is, if I add there, the only thing I'm increasing is risk. I don't want to increase risk here. I'm looking for the trade to go back to my green trade, right? So that's okay. You can have that mentality. But what I need to do here is think about, where's my ad? Ad is still above VWAP, right? It first needs to clear VWAP to even look really good and bullish. So I need to wait to see that action first. Then I can add. Then I need to look for the breakout ad. So there's two ads, right? When I feel like the position's starting to get in my favor, and then there's the ad for the breakout. This is how I want to go ahead and make my money. This is how I'm going to go about it for my main account also. This is the limited. I'm going to be getting another main account, but I want to teach you guys this, and I want you guys to take a look into this, right? It doesn't mean that you need to trade this way. It's just education, guys, like always, not financial advice. It's to show you guys how I'm doing it, and maybe you guys can look into doing it similarly. Let's see what happens here. Can we get this back into the green, right? And that's what a lot of traders do on that first little spike. They add, and the only thing that would have happened is I moved this line a little bit down, and on this down action, I'm increasing risk. Don't want to do that, guys. Because even if I get chopped out with my first sizing, I can handle all the way down here. I can handle all the way down here, right? I can handle all the way down there to the 980s. I'm not going to hold it down there, but that's the important thing. Being able to keep the risk small early, waiting to the trade to work for me, then looking for the breakout ad to really take a swing, right? Because if I can do it like that, yes, I can play within the range. But hey, you got to find what works for you guys. For me, this is the way that I think is working for me, right? Doesn't mean it's going to work every single time. That's another thing to keep in mind, right? All right, will we make an attempt towards this low here? We could make an attempt down back into the 980s now. So got to be really ready to get out here. And it's going to be fine. We can hold on to the 990s, 880s, 987s, 980s. Right around here, this 35. We've already made $35. So I can risk that right back and see if I can get back into the green, right? So the idea here is that if it does go back through the 2040s, we're looking good on the bullish side. And then we start to hold off of this resistance. Resistance in here starts to act as support. So we'll look for that to work. Let's see what happens here. 20s being offered again, essentially $9.99, $19.99. Who wants a $20 deal at HIMS and hers? Slowing up. Of course, the market pulling back on this is not helping here. And I felt like the market was pulling back just a second ago. I haven't taken a look, but that's what I saw. So just keeping that in mind, right? We'll see what happens. SoFi could go lower. Different names. I will be checking in on those names in just a second here. 993s, 992s starting to hit now. So really starting to get to that point where I'm ready to get out. If we can't get a recovery here. See, if I had the stop loss set, it would hit right now. So there's a reason why you got to be able to hide your hand a little bit. And I think this is so important. Hey, traders, it's up to you guys. If you guys want to hide your hands, this is just the way trading is overall. So it's up to you how to take a look into that, if you guys can protect yourself or not. I mean, of course, when you get to bigger and bigger sizing, the more that you have your stop loss placed, the more you can protect yourself, right? But the truth is that if you show yourself all the time, you're just going to get targeted. That's the way this game works. That's just how it works, guys. So that's why I don't like this. You guys don't just see me immediately as I open the position, set the stop loss, because it just literally gets hunted every time. That's not what I'm here for. Getting that down test right now. It's going to come right back up, but I'm ready to get out. Ready to get out. And it might lose a little bit. It might lose 40, right? Swing back. Swing back. Swing back. Momentum starting to come back in. In a second, right back above to 20, I can let this go. 1994. Get back above that 20. I'll let it go for right now. Just let it go, because I'm holding the click for that long. You can easily let it go on accident. Come on, come on. Let's take a peek right quick. All right. CleanSpark pulling back at that 10, trying to reload for another move there. There's Verb right back up there. So I talked about how this could go to 16 again. It got up there towards 15. We'll see if it makes another move there. Workday trying to make a move there. Sofi sideways. Back to the action. Overall market pulled back a little bit there, but holding in right now. Looking for another push here. Hims, hers, what's going to happen there? Pakar up to 107. There you go, Pakar. SMCI, hold back there, holding in right now. There goes Hims back above 20s, looking decent there. Looking for the action to start moving here. All right, taking a look at some other names out there. Of course, the XLK doing well there. How are the smaller names doing? Let's take a look here. Seeing DJT up, Verb, of course, X-Pawn. How'd that trade? Let's take a peek at that. X-Pawn straight down there, guys. Straight down. Tried to go through it. I talked about how 380s, it breaks down. 340s come into play real quick. You went right to it. We'll see if that recovers. Ronnie trying to recover right now. Looks like therapeutic stock trying to recover there. LBPH. Down. Trying to recover. Look to see what happens there. Riley getting a little bit of a bounce back. Upstart showing up there. Having a great day in Upstart. That's a good sign there. That means a firm might be having a good day. We'll see what happens there. Jasper doing good. Jasper Therapeutics. Pulled back from the 19. This looks interesting here, guys. Jasper. What a move there, guys. But looks interesting off this kind of 17 recovery back up. But something that I'll watch here, guys. I'm going back to Hims. I'm up. Still not up. I'm still down a little bit here, but starting to at least see the bounce here. Let's see if this can really start to play in. I'm going to the 5 minute now. Moving on, guys. Only 5 minute charts. No more 1 minute, because there's no need for it. It's not going to help me right now. It's going to make things feel a little bit tighter, and you don't want that, right? So now I know down here, I need to get the hell out no matter what. I'm looking for Hims to get back to break even here. But let's see if it can get back to break even, start working to the 2040s. Then I can look for an ad. Right now, it's trying to just to recover. All right, let's catch up with you guys in the chat. How you guys doing out there? Let's take a look here. All right, sorry about the double screen there for a second. What's going on out there, traders? How we doing? Love that coffee mug. Heck yeah, man. It's big enough. Let's just say, like, look at that. It's like the size of my head. Oh, it's beautiful, man. And fits a lot of coffee. So, hey, not doing too bad. About to pop the energy drink and just really get things popping here, guys. It's the only way I'm surviving right now. No sleep, hurricane, no power out at the house. But guess what? We're rocking here, baby. We're rocking. AMD going the opposite direction of the market. Why? Buy the rumor, buy the news. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Vic, we talked about it. It seems like it. And so is Tesla. Same thing. Buy the rumor, sell the news. All right, guys, let's keep going. We'll see what else is out there, guys. Catching up with you guys in the chat. Nothing out there? You guys alive on me? Wake up, wake up. Taking it from the road out here, guys. What's your thought on BBLG? I got you, Fighting Bulls. We'll take a look at that one. BBLG. Okay. All right, going to give a moment here to see any other names mentioned. If not, go back to the charts, go back to the trading action, of course. Let's go back to it. Let's see what we got here. You guys might see a double screen for just a second. I'll get it switched, though. All right, guys, back to it, guys. Look at that. We're coming back. We're coming back. Hims trying to make the move now. Trying to set up here for a break, right? So looking good as we start to recover here. 2040s is that level to add. Let's see if we can really start to add here and take a shot. Take a shot. What the lower volume did, or lower size, was important. It got us down back here. There's a SoFi alert, SoFi alert, SoFi alert. Let's take a look at that. SoFi alert. SoFi on the right-hand side, trying to go for that 980s, 990s spike there. SPY taking a move to the upside. Looks good there. Hims starting to make the move here towards the 2030s. We're looking good. Attempted upside break here. Now I can go ahead and set the 100 ad there at the 2040s here. So look, I'll do it this way. Different way for you guys to take a look at it here. 2040s. Boom, a stop ad here, guys. Stop ad. So once it goes through that 2040, it's actually going to add for me. It'll trigger. We'll see if we get the trigger. And then I'll go ahead and do what? Start focusing on the stop loss. Start focusing on protection. If for any reason I don't get that 2040, it doesn't even add right here. That's where a lot of times I used to add to. And then all of a sudden, the stock is right back down to 2010. Next thing you know, I'm getting pressured. No, wait. Be patient, Mitch. If the stock's really going to break out, it's probably going to be above 2110s. So do I need to overreact here? No, underreact actually. Looking to add, but at the next step up move. Next step up for me is a takeout of the 2040s back towards this 2060 resistance. So what I'm really looking for an attempt here is back through this. So if I do a trend line approach, it puts it right here, right? And so that's what I'm starting to look for. Let's see if we get it. All right, can switch over and do another chart and maybe take a look at like we can take a look at like SoFi, right? There's other charts we can trade. There's other things we can trade here. Let's take a look at it. I'm going to change this over to a red code so that it can change over and maybe take a look at that. All right, in the green here, waiting for the ad. Once I get triggered on the ad, I'll go and focus on Hims. SoFi, what's going on here? Up 1, down 1, up 2, down 2, right? Down 2. This sometimes gets considered as up 3, but no, it needs to make it up here first and then can reload. So in this case, this is the up 3 action. Let's draw a trend line here. So trend line approach just hits that right there. Now you can get a pullback back towards the trend line on the bottom end. Bottom end trend line is over here. Now some people will put it to their body and put it over here. It doesn't really matter. I mean, it's all about how particular you want to be. But yeah, we could still get pullbacks to like 970s, 975. You get this one up move, one down move, second up move, second down move, third up move. Now you could still get a pullback into this area. We'll see what happens if we get this kind of balancing act, right? So here's another a way of looking at this, right? So I did it wrong. Hold on a second. Let me do this again here, guys. So up one. That would grab the wrong thing. Da 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 da. All right. Up one. Pullback. Up two. Pullback. The fourth move was down here. And then let's see if we get the fifth breakout, right? So you're getting that nice little pattern there. Setup is there for SoFi. Could still come back to that and reload down into this area. But that's pretty much the trade right here. So let's see if it starts to break out here. It goes through that 990s. That's where the resistance is. That's where the wall is. We'll see if we get through that. Now I'm about to hit towards 2040s and HIMs. But I just wanted to draw this because we were looking at this trade. I could normally go for this trade also at the same time. Don't want to complicate things today, especially while on the road. But I'll always break down charts. BBLG was one that we wanted broken down. I got you, my friend. Let's take a look really quickly. I think this is at $1.65. If I take a look at the daily, this is on the pullback. Has made one attempt to break out, 2 attempts, 3 attempts. It's reloading down here by like the 160s, 150s. Needs to hold that. If that lets go, it could be down at $1 again. You really need this back through $2 and start to show some strength. Right now, pretty weak there in BBLG. All right, back to HIMS. Now we just got that add, 200. Now we got that add. Now I need to understand the risk here, right? I can see a pullback to this being the area where it holds. That's still $16 of risk. Not bad. I'm going to risk about probably 45 now, right? 50, right? I talked about it. Once I get the sizing up, I can risk up to 60, 70s. Really, I'm looking to break even, right? And that's okay too. I can break even out on the pullback here, reload in if I need to at 200 shares on pullbacks. But looking for the push through the 2050s now. That's the next push. And then I can add another 100 shares. At that point, it's break even. That's the breakout attempt. This is the showing me some strength attempt. All right, and we can go to a 1 minute if we wanted to kind of look a little bit more closer at the action, just to kind of show you guys the action there. You can see how we came off of this bottom, came up, got some volume into the move. So that's looking good there. Now I need to see the 2050s get taken out. And at that point, VWAP should hold, and I'd want VWAP to hold there. So 2050s looked like it wants to get taken out right now. Of course, we can always take an assessment of profit take right now. Do we have enough right now? We pretty much do, right? Because a breakout here in 170, it's already looking good here. I could add at 2050s. I might do a small add here, like 50 shares. So let's go ahead. Let's do 55. Stop buy at 2055. I'll add there if I get to there. If it doesn't give me the add. At that point, I'll be break even stop loss. Looking at the action right now to see if it can get that. Let's see it, guys. Let's see it. Another time where I'm setting myself up for success. The question is, will the market agree? Like I always talk about, the heavy lifting for us is entries and exits. At that point, it's will the market work for me? For me means it breaks out. If it doesn't work for me, hey, it's okay. Got to let the market do the heavy lifting. All right, looking for that break above here. Let's see if we get it. Starting to set up for it. Did SoFi go for that break? Let's take a look. SoFi, SPY looking like it wants to get that break. Looking good there on the SPY chart. That looks strong. SoFi looking strong there, 980s. We'll see if it gets there to 10 today. Keeping a very close eye on that. How's DE? How's the Deer doing? Down, down, down. Cat, down also. Lockheed Martin. Okay, he's starting to recover there. XLI starting to recover. Yeah, starting to recover on the XLI. That looks decent there. That could help things continue to the upside. We'll see what happens. All right, no trigger there on the ad. You see how it turned around there? That was a good level that I didn't add there. Now I'm looking for the trend line to hold here, find some buyers, and go right back to it. All right, 5 minutes still has pullback potential there, right? You still could pull back here, back towards, let's say, like this 2020 and kind of reload there. So at that point, got to understand what's the risk. Always understanding there at $16 of risk, not much, right? Where do I want to get out? Towards $50, $60, $70, right? That's the risk there. All right, now we're getting a push trying to get that breakout towards that 55. This is where sometimes I'll put it 1 cent up on the stop. Why? Because it's trying to trigger my stop and then pull it back. So if anything, I want to take it off here and then activate it manually. So taking it off there, I can see it's slow there. I want it to ramp up. So if I get caught there just with 1 tick, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for ramp up momentum. So now I want to see it ramp up here, and then I can take the ad. Fighting through the day here today, team. Let's get after it. Not a bad little start of the day. Now I got to continue to battle. You can see I'm really focused in today, especially on the road. You got to be focused, guys. And a lot of this is what? Risk preservation first. Then we'll worry about the reward. All we need is 1 trade to work in my favor, essentially. That's what I'm trying to do. If it works, hey, I'm ready to go. Ready to keep it going. Ready to take the big swing. If it doesn't, hey, we keep it moving here. We keep it moving. Keep it moving. All right, there's 2055s now starting to hold. Now the buys are starting to come in here. Now I can go ahead and take the shot. All right, taking the shot there. Just added there, looking for the swing here. Now I can start to hold break even. If it comes back on me, I can always get back in. Now looking for the expansion move above the 2060s. That's the important level here. Could still hold to a small risk if I wanted to at the VWAP, which is 20 bucks. But really, I can get out and get back in. That's what I'm looking to do right now. Let's see it. I can give it a couple pennies here. That's 36, and I'm at the VWAP's at 30s. So got to keep that in mind that we could still get a VWAP reload here. What I'm looking for is kind of a lower high, an attempt to where it comes here, maybe 2043s, but continues through the 2060. Okay, so if we go through the 2060s, right at the top end here, that's 104. I'm looking for a breakout towards 21 and above. 21 is 156. Above that, 211. That would be a nice reward today. Let's see it, guys. Battle. Let's go. All right, guys, not showing the hand right now. I could put the stop loss out there, but that just shows my hand and I get triggered. Let's see it. Let's see if they want to take HIMS, if they want to get that weight loss to keep it going. Don't cut the fat, at least on me. HIMS, let's go. Come on. Gotta move. All right, let's take a look here. I can add a HIMS and then we can take a look there. Workday pulling back there. I can see that. Verb getting ready for another move here. We'll see if it does make a move. It's trying to reload there at 13s. Might it up there towards 1530s. Then rejected there. It's loading though. Looks like it's trying to keep going. CleanSpark recovered 10. Held the pullback at 10. That actually looks good. So Mara and those names are looking good. Sofi is on the pullback. That doesn't look good to me. That looks like it's trying to reload like we talked about. Mara looking good, decent, up there towards 720s, 1720s. We'll look to see if that can keep pushing. Looking good there on those, the CleanSpark and the kind of the Bitcoin names. I really do want to get a swing position in those, but you can see here how it's gapped up on the daily. I'll still have to wait for a pullback. I don't like jumping on these miners on gap ups. There you guys see Verb like kind of setting in there on that 13. I think it's trying to make a big up move here, but that's just me. You guys got to determine what you guys like. All right, back to it here, guys. Trying to get through that 2060 spot. Looking good here. Got the ads that I need here. Now it just needs to break out. And if it doesn't, if it comes back on me now, I'm okay with break even, right? Because we gave it some time up here. We gave it the chance to break out. If it doesn't want to, it won't go. And it's not up to me, right? It's up to other people. It's up to if they want to buy it. If they want to buy it here 2050s because it looks good on the $50 and they think it's going to 21, which I do think also, they'll buy it. And then they'll give me the money, essentially. That's how it is. We're trading the pool here. The question is, who's getting out of the pool? I'm getting out of the pool today. I'm always in trade the pool every single day. But I'll tell you right now, the idea is to take the money and run. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. 2060s, let's go. Doesn't want to give it. Doesn't want to go for the breakout. Trying to reload at 2050s. You can see here to the right-hand side. Look at this 2060s right here. 2060s. Nice wall there, right? That's the wall that needs to get taken out. That's the wall that's holding it up right now. Right there. What is that? What's that? 44,000 shares there? Yeah. It's going to cause a little bit of a wall. Let's see if they break through it. Break that wall. All right, looking around, looking at that different charts out there. Look at that recovery, 1360s, Verb holding in right now. CleanSpark and those stocks looking strong, looking like they want to continue to the upside. I'll continue looking around in the market in a second. I'll go to my TC chart, just looking to get into the green on my trade. And then I can start working some other trades out there, seeing what I can do. Second trade of the day, first trade green, trying to battle and get in the second trade green. Like always, it's not always the same way, but still going at it in a similar strategy that you guys can clearly see here. Let's go. Let's go. Can you give it to me? Will Hims, give me the haircut, or maybe a little bit of some weight loss drug euphoria. Looks like we're going for a little bit of a pullback here. A little bit of a pullback opportunity here. Trying to see if they reload here on the 2050s, but not getting it through the 2060s. That's the resistance right now. Talked about how in this area we would run into a little bit of some problem. So looking to see if we can get through that. Right around here in this area, that's really where the fight's going to be, that 2060, where it rejected that big breakout above the 21s. Could get a little bit of a pullback here, willing to break even, stop out, and then get back into the trade. This is where most traders aren't willing to do. They're not willing to get out and get back in. Why? Because it takes a lot of mental capital to do what I just did, right? Like those entries took time, and I've been watching the stock for some time now. So what happens is opportunity cost comes into our mind as traders a lot of the time. And when we get that opportunity cost mentality, that can cost us. Because then we start thinking that, oh, but my time is expensive to me, so I have to make money today. So I have to risk money today. No, that's the opposite, guys. We just need to be patient. The reward will come if you're patient. It's the impatience that worries and hurts a lot of traders. Why? Because like they said, they worked hard on getting their entries. So they get to a certain point, they just start risking it. No, it's okay. If this one doesn't go for me here, I can cut out, get back in. Same way I did on Sofi. What did that help me? Take away a lot of stress. I'd still be in Sofi, still be watching it, not making any money, and just focused on what? Literally nothing, just sitting there. And that causes a lot of anxiety to a lot of traders. So something to think about, traders. All right, catching up with you guys right now. I'll take a look at there. We're looking like we want to go for the breakout. Let's see if we can do it here. 2050s recovered, held that trend line like I talked about. Now I'm looking for the break. Now it should just go, right? So at this point, we break 2060s. I can put stop loss break even. No matter what, we don't lose and we look for the big win. That's what I'm always trying to get to. Because if I can get to that spot, I'm telling you guys, I feel real comfortable in my positions. And it gives me the ability to keep looking for positions like this. At some point, these stocks are going to break out. I'm going to keep going or break down and keep going. And that's when I get my reward, my big reward, or it just jumps me up in my equity, right? So small losses, small wins, base hits, then home run just comes. Doesn't sound too bad, right? Not a bad approach. I hope you guys enjoy that. And I hope you guys enjoy me showing you guys every single thing today, literally from the platform right itself. Now we're going towards that 60. We broke through that 60. So at this point, I can set the stop loss, right? I can set it at any point. I don't want to show my hand, so I'm not going to do it right now. But at any point, I can just drop the stop loss break even and don't lose on the trade, right? So at this point, I can now play with the stop loss, right? Understand target profits back through the 21. Once you get to like $100, I can move this up, or $50, I can start to move it up, right? 10 cents away is normally what I want to be. Or I look at the stock. What is it trading right now? It's trading around 50 to 37. So about 13 cents between the range, even on a 5-minute. Even on this one, it went from what, 40 to 60, 20-cent range. So I could put it at the 2040s right now. That's only going to secure 15 bucks. That's not helping me, right? So things like that I think about. As I get to, let's say $200, well, I'd want to secure 150 and making sure I'm moving that stop loss up and not taking partial profits. Partial profits, I've learned, don't help me. And this is something that I've struggled with for the longest, guys. It's been like years and years where I've been like, are partials good or not? I've gotten to the new way that I'm trading right now, and I think it's working, at least for the time being. And a lot of that is not taking partials, just being okay with taking the stop loss up and getting it into the green and working the stop loss. Because really, we want to use the stop loss as our friend to protect our green, but at the same time, not always showing the stop loss so that they hunt us down, right? Both ways, right? You can also get to a point where you can just do all manual executions, but you need to be so disciplined, and that's very difficult. All right, catching up with you guys in a second here. Let's go take a peek. I'll go take a look to see what you guys are talking about in the chat. What do you guys think about this position? What do you guys think of the action here? Let me know, guys. All right, catching up with you guys. What's up? What's up? Bye all. Have a good one, Vic. Take care, my friend. Copy, sir. Hey, get after it, Fighting Bulls. Great tip, says Steph. It's easy to forget about discipline and follow your plan and strategies in the action. Yeah, very difficult. And I think it's very important for you guys to see it. And another thing is me doing it, right? And showing you guys that. I really enjoy actually giving you guys the access into everything that I do, right? There's no one out there giving you guys this, right? Maybe if you guys are paying hundreds of dollars, but other than that, no one's going to give you guys this. No one's going to give you guys just the full outlook into the platform and showing you guys how to get after profitable trades, right? It's not always going to be profitable, but that's the one thing I try to do here, guys, is show you guys the ability to get after it, right? I'm not driving a Lambo. Unfortunately, I didn't just buy another house, but I'm trying to do it just like you guys are out there. I hope you guys appreciate that. Hit the like. Let's go, team. Let's go. All right, guys, gonna put you on quick mute here, but no worries, guys. I'm right here. Just taking a second. All right, team. We got about 10 minutes left. It's 10:50 here, guys. So definitely going to be probably the last trade on Hims. And trust me, I would want to take some more trades and things like that. But being at the Airbnb and just trying to keep things simple today, I'm going to keep it simple. Normally, I'd probably maybe take that second trade, that Sofi, like for a scalp, or maybe it's the CleanSpark Mara that I'm looking out there. But just want to mention that, right? That's what it's all about, team. Let's see what we do here in Hims. If not, hey, we take the money and run. We end green, or in this case, we'd break even and take a small green day. Hey, small green or decent green is always two of the best options, right? Because C was an option of red, and we're not going to let that happen today. That's what it's all about, team. Let's go. Got to get a green Monday and keep things going. All right, these 2060 still being pesky. Still being pesky. So when things get pesky, that means that it's starting to fight it. Like it's not like just ripping through like butter, right? And so this starts to put you on alert for potential break even. I'm okay with break even on this trade, right? Because I've given it the chance to do a big breakout and make me over $150, right? That's what I want to do. In this case, if I could get it up into like, let's say the 21s or the 2090s, at that point, yeah, I could at least take the smallest green. Right now, it's just break even, right? So you see how it's starting to pull back on me. In a second here, I'll put a stop loss at break even and just let it go. Even if it's just 1 cent down, that's another thing you can do, is just like one tick down. One tick down, I kind of believe in. I got no problem with you giving yourself one tick. That's the way I believe it. Like, you know, if I lose $6 on this trade, I'm not mad, right? I don't think anybody could be mad at that point, but just mentioning it. Let's see what happens here. It starts to pull back, and I'm not letting it go because it's not close to there. But if it starts to go, let's say 45, yeah, I'll let this go. Letting it go makes it active. Clicking it is just having it ready. Okay, I see it go back into the up action, so I let go of it completely. Just let go. And looking for it to go back to green candle and make the upside attempt. You see how we've been on the 5-minute candles now, and that's really been helping the action. So, all right, guys, it's 10:51, about 4 more minutes here, 10:55-ish. I'll probably just wrap up, guys. Got to go ahead and figure out what the heck is going on at home due to the hurricane, still out of power, dealing with some flood damage. But hey, just got to go ahead and get through it, right? All right, now we're going back here, getting close to stopping me out, and that's important, right? Got to get ready to get out if needed. So that's what I'm doing right now. Hand on the trigger, ready to get out. Ready to get out if it starts to come back to me. But if I show my hand right now, it comes right back, right? It like kind of gives me that little expansion in the spread, and I'll get triggered. So I'm just looking for the buyers to step back in on the trend line. If they come back in on that trend line, I'm okay. And this could easily go right back up. If it breaks that trend line, I want out. Always understanding where your risk is, man. It's so important. And focused on what? That I don't need to make green on this. I'm just managing the trade. At that point, it's whatever happens. I don't affect the future. I can only affect the present and what I do. Sometimes things are out of control. The power of my house. Can't control that. Can only control, hey, setting up here at the Airbnb, ready to trade, and ready to be back with my fam. Let's go, guys. Let's go. All right, back towards the 2060s, looking gravy as we get our way back up. That's what we want to see. Canceling the stop loss clicked, just letting it go, letting it try to go back to green candle and break out through the 2060s. We will see if the money wants to give it to us, right? It's the money that gives it to us, the market that gives it to us, but we don't do it. We just react on entry and exits. we go. Set up here. You see how it goes to 60. Some people run to this profit, but that's not what I'm looking for, right? Now I'm looking for the breakout. Now I'm looking for that breakout. Let's go. Let's see if we can get it here. Could have potential reward ready to go if I get a quick spike. $200, and I'll take it and run, guys. We can get a bigger rip than 200 though. I will say that. So once we get up to that spot, let's say I can move it up towards securing 100. Securing 100 would be right around this 2070s, right? So let's say if we break out through 21, I can move up to 2070, the stop loss. Keep trailing it on the target profit and moving the stop loss to kind of put it into a bracket. All right, looking good for the breakout. I don't want to put the target profit out just yet. I'm looking for the breakout above this resistance right here. There's a resistance right in this area that we're going to fight, which is the 2080s. You can see it on the level 2 and on the look to the right hand side over here. You can see where there's sizing. Look for that sizing to act as that resistance, and then we need to blow through that. Let go of the target profit. Don't want to show my hand. Right now, it only knows where I'm entered. It doesn't know where I want to get out, and doesn't know where I want to risk. So important. That's another thing about not showing your hand. I'm going to help you guys there because I want you guys to look into this. Maybe I'm just showing my hand and the market makers come after me. That's how it works. And I'm fully transparent, team. I don't hold things back. I try to keep it real with you guys. It's not easy to trade, but I can tell you, if you go at it in the right ways and try to work different ways, kind of learning a little bit more about market depth, things like this. How do I really kind of adjust stops and stuff like that? Do I want to show my hand? Things like this. All these types of things come into trading. Let's go. Let's go. Could take some swing trades on those like CleanSparks and stuff, but I'm taking it easy there. How's Nvidia doing? Just taking a quick little peek here. Nvidia's on the pullback. SPY on a pullback right now. So we could see a little bit pullbacks in the market. So just got to pay attention to that. But we're having a decent day overall. All right, guys, 10:56, guys. I do want this to break out, but it might not. It might take until after the show. So I do want to let you guys know. 2 minutes more, guys. I'm out of here, but trying to give it that attempt here. Come on, hymns. Let's go to the 1 minute just to see it. Next 2 minutes here in action. What's going to happen? We've had 1 attempt, 2 attempts, 3 attempts. This is going to be that 4th if we get back into that area for the breakout. If not, we could go right back to the support and probably I'll be getting out there, right? Getting out break even. So let's see if we can get that breakout here. Going towards the 2080s. 2080 is going to be very vital to take it and run. Take it through that 21. So let's see the expansion here. Or does it fail? Does it fail the move? Does it get the green today? Smash the like, guys. If you guys enjoy the action today, showing you it all right here on Trade the Pool, of course. Check out the limited account. That's what I'm trading right now and trying to get to that 1300. It's not much. It's not much, guys. So trying to get to like maybe 600, 700 this week. If I can do that, I'll be halfway, a little bit over halfway to the account. That's what I'm looking for. All right, pullbacks there, back towards the 56. Going to get an attempt to break down here, but could recover that area where we broke back on the upside breakthrough, right, which was the 2060. This is the big spot to watch for that pullback to hold. At that point, I'm not letting it come back down and break down. So 2060s right now, that's where you can find the buyers. Let's see if we find the buyers and back through 2080. All right, it's 58, guys, so probably going to start wrapping it up. I wanted to wait for the breakout here, guys, but I'll do this so that you guys can at least see it. So I'm going to wait for this to kind of push right now to the 65s, but I'm going to put stop loss break even so that you guys can see that no matter what, I won't lose on this position. We'll wrap up the day here. So just trying to get it back to green candle and then going to let it go with a stop loss here. Right, giving it a chance. It's pulling back to the 2050s and could still bounce off that 2050s. So at this point, it is pulling back. And I'm going to show my hand here, which could get me hunted. But the truth is, that's life, baby. That's life. All right, back towards the 2060s. Let's see if it gets there. 2055. Come on, give me a little pop there. It's on the slow down here, guys. All right, going to start wrapping it up here, guys. Stop loss set there. You guys see it, $1 in the red for right now. I'll kind of focus on that in a second. Still finishing the day up green, guys, up about 33. You guys see it right there. It was pretty much one trade, right? So not going to stress too much about that. That was on Sofi. We did decent on that Sofi trade. It wasn't the worst trade at all. I mean, it was a pretty good battle there. We tried to get back there towards the 995. I talked about how eventually you could get that scalp through 10. Now you're pulling back, right? I gave it that good attempt. It was a really nice pullback buy on the first one. Not 946, 960s, then added on the 970s, looking for the breakout. It went for it, then came back. I took the money and ran. I still be maybe near break even, would still be stuck into this trade, but took the money and ran, and then we'll see what happens in HIMS, right? So that's going to do it for me today, guys. I'm going to go back to the main screen here and wrap it up, guys. I hope that you guys had a great day with me out here on the Airbnb, trading on the road. Well, somewhat, right? I'm near my home, just in another Airbnb. I hope you guys have a good one, guys. I've been dealing with the hurricane, been dealing with certain things, so not taking crazy trades, just keeping it simple today, just trying to go after it and still going at it in the same strategy, but size down. That's another thing I wanted you guys to notice today. I'm doing this same strategy in the main account with bigger sizing, but I just did a size down approach, showing me that I can trade it with smaller size and bigger size. Very important. I'll see you guys back tomorrow right here. Of course, trade the pool, guys. Like I always talk about it. Who's going to get in and out of the pool today? Well, I'm getting out of it. I'm green no matter what. I hope you guys are green also. Like always, sometimes you got to walk with the money bag and take that money bag with you. So loading it up, ready to get out of here. And I'll be back tomorrow. Maybe the bag will be up to, to risk tomorrow, but taking it with me today. I'll see you guys back tomorrow. Stay safe. Check out our limited accounts. The one that I'm going after right now, only $13.50. Guys, it used to be $1,800. That was a lot harder than $13.50. I'm sure tons of you guys made it to like $1,200, $1,300, and didn't make it to the $1,800. Well, get after it again. Go get that limited account. I'll see you guys back tomorrow morning right here. Smash the like. I'll see you guys back tomorrow.